Unit 10, Section 4, the second Red Scare. Please remember that in the 1920s, during World War I and following World War I, with the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, the United States had went through its first Red Scare. Well, this is the second Red Scare, and this began after the completion of World War II, as the Soviets began to expand into Eastern Europe, and then the Chinese in 1949, communists taking over their country. The United States went through a second Red Scare. And in the United States, it was led by a senator named Joseph McCarthy. Joseph McCarthy was fearful that there were government officials in the State Department of our government who were affiliated with communist beliefs, the Communist Party. And this, in the United States, became known as McCarthyism. McCarthyism means a fear of communists. This is a picture of McCarthy in front of a judiciary hearing in Congress, and he is holding up papers in which he insists he has a list of over 200 suspected communists in the State Department. The problem with McCarthyism is that a lot of people believe that he did not have hard evidence pointing to specific individuals, that he just threw accusations at people, and people wanted to believe the worst. Many Americans wanted to believe the worst. Our congressmen wanted to believe the worst. And there became a lot of suspicion in Washington, D.C. Well, this suspicion leaked out to the rest of the country because investigations began into places as far west as Hollywood, in the movie industry. Actors were accused of being communists because they had attended communist meetings. Lucille Ball was even accused of being a communist because she had been talked into by a family member attending communist political rallies, and she claimed to the end that she never actually voted communist, but many actors and actresses like her had their careers ruined. Movie producers, directors had their careers ruined because of links to communism. And a lot of this got started with Joseph McCarthy. This is a picture of what the hearings looked like. They were covered on national television, and Joseph McCarthy had free reign to accuse whoever he wanted to of being a communist. And Congress, here's a picture of Richard Nixon, would look into this. Richard Nixon was a member of Congress at that time who was on a committee known as HWAC, or the House of Un-American Activities Committee, that investigated a lot of these accusations. This concludes the lesson on Unit 10, Section 4, the second Red Scare.